Good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day at our hour of 9 o'clock. And today we have a great show for you. Let me tell you who's on. But first, today is Thursday, April 2nd. We're going to have Congresswoman Katie Porter. We were able to catch up with her yesterday through our Zoom technology and had a really good talk with her. So she's going to chat a little bit with us about the Social Security, the checks that are going to be mailed to everyone for $1,200, and just kind of how that process works. Then we're also going to have some information from Social Security. They're going to explain to you about some things that are going on, unfortunately, from scammers that are, out there trying to get your information. And then we're going to have concerts in your home. We have a few more today and tomorrow that we'd like to share with you. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. It is going to be a nice day after some clouds this morning. We are looking at 69.53, which is going to look really good for today. We've got partly cloudy skies, and then it's going to be sunny later, 69.53. By Saturday, we're looking at partly sunny, 67.54, and then cloudy and cool at 65.54. And then by Monday, we just might have a little rain come our way, 60.54. Now, we have an awful lot of information for you as we usually do, but the websites have reduced. So now we are going to just have you go to just a couple different websites. One is the ochealthinfo.com. Now this one is a good one because you can go straight to that, and then there's 3 choices right on the main page, and you can choose, I believe, one of the ones in the middle, and it will take you straight to the numbers that we have been talking about all week. So it'll give you a case-by-case per city. Then you can also call the Orange County Health Department line, which is 833-462-6411. And then, of course, you can always go to our website, which is lagunawoodsvillage.com, and you can click on our coronavirus update button, which will give you all of the information, as you can see there. Or you can email us at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. And then we also have the recorded hotline, which you can go to, which is 949-268-2019. I'm trying to get out of the way here. And then, of course, you can go to our website. So in any case, there's all the information for you. We'll be right back with Congresswoman Katie Porter.
Hi, Laguna Woods Village. To make sure you are getting the latest and greatest from Village Television, here's how to rescan your TV. Press the menu or setup button on your remote. Press Channel Scan, Scan, Rescan, Tune, or Auto Tune. Be patient, the scan process may take up to 10 minutes. When scanning is complete, your TV may display the number of available channels or return to your program. Now, you can watch original shows, first-run movies, and stay up to date on everything happening in your community. For more specific directions, search How to Channel Scan in your TV's manufacturer online, or call Broadband Services at 949-837-2670. That's 949-837-2670.
Now there's a different way to buy a new Lexus. It's called CarDash, only available at SouthCountyLexus.com. It's amazingly simple. Visit SouthCountyLexus.com, select and reserve your new or pre-owned vehicle that comes with a 5-day love it or leave it guarantee. Apply for credit, calculate your payment, and even appraise your trade-in, all online. Once you arrive at the dealership, just pick up your car and drive home. Push a button, get a Lexus. South County Lexus, where different is amazing.
Welcome back. Well, today we have Congresswoman Katie Porter of the 45th District, and she's going to tell us what's going on with a variety of different things that are very important to you. Well, welcome. Thanks for being with us. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for making arrangements for me to stay in touch with the community while keeping my distance.
Not a problem. We're getting used to this whole Zoom thing now, and now, of course, we're going to do it for quite some time. So thank you for being with us. So you've been very, very busy, I'm sure. Give us an idea of kind of what's happening out there.
Yep, so my office is fully operational. Everybody is working remotely, though. We're coming into the office on a very limited basis as needed to get access to certain equipment or tools, technology that we need. But we're continuing to hear from constituents about what they need. I've had a lot of calls with hospitals in the area, healthcare providers. Did a very good call the other day with our interfaith and faith community about some of the challenges that they're facing because of this pandemic, staying in touch with school districts. So really a combination of listening to the voices in the community and then being on conference calls with my colleagues from around the country talking about what Washington should do in response.
Excellent. Well, as we have the stimulus package and there's going to be checks that are going to be sent out. So can you give us an idea of what we need to look for that and what our community needs to be aware of?
Yep. So the CARES Act, which was passed on Friday by the House of Representatives and then signed into law by the president on Saturday, provides for up to $1,200 per adult for incomes up to $75,000. So if your adjusted gross income is above $75,000 and you're a one-person household, you'll see that payment phase out. The amount doubles. It's $1,200 per adult. So if you're a family of two, you could be getting $2,400. If your adjusted gross income is above $150,000, again, you'd see that step down and eventually phase out. Okay. One of the questions we're getting asked most frequently is, what if I didn't file a tax return last year? What does that mean? So the government, if you're receiving and Social Security payments, you're going to be in the IRS's system. Mm-hmm. So you should be watching for a direct deposit to hit your bank account. The Treasury is telling us likely in the next 3 weeks. So here by the end of April, you should see that money in your account. And then you should also be receiving a written letter from Treasury, from the IRS, explaining to you that you received this payment and what day it was deposited and go to check. You do not have to apply for the stimulus check. And it's really important reminders are going to be sent out automatically. Really important that nobody provide their personal information, especially not their Social Security number, to anybody who calls them. Sadly, we are seeing so many coronavirus and stimulus-related scams already. So please just watch your bank account, watch for that deposit that will come from the Treasury.
Right. That's very concerning. And maybe we'll have a little discussion at some point here in the next couple of weeks about some of the scams and what to look for. There was one question. If you move and you haven't maybe sent in your change of address or the information for a new Social Security check, what do they do in that case?
So most people will be receiving the stimulus check by direct deposit to their bank. So if you're a taxpayer and you filed taxes in 2018 or 2019 this year, or you filed for this past year already, right, you're going to see that money go directly into your bank account. Okay. So you don't have to worry about change of address. The checks will only be mailed to people where the IRS does not have bank account information on file. Okay. So if you're receiving your Social Security by direct deposit, you're going to be all set with this. Okay. It will take longer, but if you need to update your address or do anything with Social Security Administration, go online and do that. But most people are going to be receiving this by direct deposit because that's the fastest way that we can get help to people, and we know that people can't wait. Okay, perfect.
So you had a town hall meeting last night. Tell me what that was about and what are some of the takeaways from it?
Yeah, we had a telephone town hall last night. We had over 1,400 people who participated in the call. And we do that outreach to engage people both by calling them in advance and letting them know, and then also ringing people's phones. And if they're available and they can pick up, they're automatically connected to the telephone town hall. Last night, we focused on help for small businesses. Okay. It's an incredibly important segment of our economy in the United States and here in Orange County. And many of those small businesses have already had to close their doors, because they're not considered essential businesses, and they've had to lay off their employees. They just didn't have more than a week or two's ability to make payroll. So we had folks from the Small Business Administration, from the amazing Small Business Development Center that's housed at Cal State Fullerton's branch in Irvine, right there by the Spectrum. And we talked about some of the programs that are available for small businesses and also how people can get help. Because the programs for small businesses, they're really quite good. They're quite extraordinary. There's actually emergency grants that are not loans. They're just straight up grants of up to $10,000. And then if you keep people on payroll, there are these loans that then can be forgiven if you keep people on payroll. So there's a lot of terrific programs out there for small businesses. They're not easy to navigate. So a big focus of last night's call was answering people's questions and then trying to connect them to the resources in our community, like the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, like our Small Business Development Center, like the Volunteers at SCORE, which is a small business program where retirees can help volunteer.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. You know, if somebody was in a business, maybe it was just themselves and they were freelancing, and obviously they have to invoice people. What is available to them?
Yep, terrific question. So what we did in the CARES Act is Congress expanded the availability of unemployment insurance to include people who are self-employed, who are contractors, who are so-called gig workers. So if your employment has stopped, there are a number of these freelancers and gig workers who can continue to work. They are able to work from home, or they're in essential jobs like transportation and delivery. But if you are a freelancer and your work has ended, you are eligible for unemployment benefits. And unemployment benefits you apply through the state of California, through the Department of Labor website. They're working to get that site up and running and fully operational. What Congress did here, in addition to expanding that unemployment to cover these freelancers, we also increased the amount of the unemployment by $600 additional per week for the next 4 months.
Wow.
So that is a big effort. We know that unemployment isn't enough, especially in a high cost of living area like this, to allow people to keep paying their rent, keep paying their mortgage, pay for essentials. So we increased the amount, the term of unemployment, and expanded the eligibility criteria. So you apply through the department, the California Department of Labor, for those expanded unemployment benefits. If you're unemployed, if you've seen your income drop and you even think you might be eligible, please apply.
Okay, perfect. Medicare telehealth provisions that are also in the CARE Act. What does Medicare telehealth mean?
Yep. So what it means is that our traditional Medicare providers, the doctors that you've been seeing in your community, are now able to see Medicare patients using remote technology and be reimbursed by Medicare for those visits. And so there were limited provisions before for telehealth and in certain specialties or certain areas where we didn't have enough providers, but now every senior who's covered by Medicare can receive telehealth services. So what you'll do is, if you're feeling sick, you need to see a doctor, you'll call your provider just like usual.
Okay.
You'll make an appointment, and that provider, if they have the technological capacity, will offer you a telehealth appointment. And I encourage especially seniors to take advantage of telehealth, because sadly right now, one of the most dangerous places you can be is in a waiting room, particularly in a hospital waiting room, in a doctor's office. So telehealth is a really great way. It's obviously going to work better for some kinds of problems than for others, but particularly for things like dermatology, people who have rashes. You hold your arm up, they look at the rash, they're able to ask you some questions about your symptoms. Right. And so we're seeing a lot of our local providers, places like UC Irvine, places like Saddleback, places like Hope, transition as much as they can to telehealth. So there's nothing you need to do differently as a Medicare patient. Just be prepared that when you call your doctor and they offer you that telehealth appointment, understand that it will be paid for by Medicare, just like an in-person appointment, and it's being offered to you to protect you and to give you that quality care today so that you don't have to delay care because of social distancing.
I would imagine it would operate very much like you and I are talking here, with a Zoom type of application that is free to the public.
It's absolutely free. And the providers are doing a good job of using technology that protects your personal health information, of making sure that it's protected and that it's all being charted and recorded into your patient record, so that the visit, the conversation in the visit, the information, the prescriptions, things like that aren't being lost. one other thing I want to mention that we changed that Congress made a change to with Medicare that's important for people to know about is we expanded the number of days of prescription medicines that you can get. Traditionally, as seniors know, it's a 30-day supply, which means particularly if you're on several medications, they may not all be renewed on the same date. You can find yourself having to go to the pharmacy once a week or more often.
Right.
Again, dangerous to be out of the house, best to stay at home. So you're now able to get a 90-day prescription covered through Medicare. That's really important that people take advantage of that to limit the numbers of times that they go out.
Perfect. And then one last thing, you introduced a bill that is going to be able to fund service coordinators that serve older residents. What are you implying for service coordinators? What does that mean?
Yep. So service coordinators are people who help seniors navigate how to use these benefits. So for example, we just talked about the 90-day supply. Say you call your pharmacy and they tell you, no, you're not eligible. What do? You can call one of these service coordinators and they can help you access additional benefits. They can help coordinate things and help you navigate. And of course, our office is always available if you're having problems with Social Security, with Medicare, with any federal program. We're always available to help as well. But we tried to expand the funding and we were successful. We got additional funding into this latest bill for expanded services for these service navigators, these service coordinators. So it's a really important, particularly again with our senior community, they will be targeted with scams. These are trusted intermediaries who can help connect seniors to the services that they need.
And how would my seniors know about, or where should they go to get that information?
Yep, they're available. If you, we can provide a link on our website for them. You can call our office and be connected. But you generally, if you're going to look up Medicare benefits for the state, there'll be a link on the state or county Department of Aging or Department of Senior Services. So again, I encourage everybody to really be careful about where they're getting your information during this pandemic, and make sure that you're going to trusted places like the California Department of Aging in order to get those links to these service coordinators.
Well, that's a good point, and we'll go ahead and give them that website just in case they don't have it, not now, but at a later broadcast. So thank you for that information. Well, very good information. I know you are super busy, and we want to wish you well. I know you weren't feeling well for a while. You're feeling much better now, I take it.
Feeling so much better. And it's a reminder, I did eventually, I had a high fever, so I had a COVID test. It came back negative. But the most important thing I did was not get tested. The most important thing I did was to isolate at home, away from my kids and my family, to make sure that nobody got whatever I got, because it apparently wasn't COVID-19, but I'll tell you, it wasn't fun. I was quite sick for several days. So if you're not feeling well, make sure you stay home, and don't hesitate to reach out to our office and to trusted resources at this time to get help.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you. And we appreciate the information. Take care out there and stay healthy.
Absolutely. Same to you.
And remember, if you want more information about Katie Porter and the work that she's doing for us, you can always go to porter.house.gov, or you can call them at 949-668-6600. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, Social Security has a statement, and they have a couple of things that they wanted us to relay to you. So the benefits will be paid on time, and other updates are related to the COVID-19 pandemic and how you will continue to receive your Social Security checks. So Anders Saul, the Commissioner of Social Security, reminds us that Social Security and supplemental security income benefit payments will continue to be paid on time during the COVID-19 pandemic. The agency also reminds everyone to be aware of scammers who are trying to take advantage of this time and trying to get personal information out of you, such as we're going to give you retail gift cards, wire transfers, and then they want you to do internet currency, mailing cash, and that kind of thing. Well, obviously, Social Security would never do something like that. So they will pay your monthly benefits on time, and they will not be affected, as I mentioned. They also want you to be aware of the different kinds of scams. They will be providing information on their website regarding those types of scams, and I'll give you that information in just a bit. The Department of Treasury will have information that is regarding the recently enacted law called the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, or CARES Act, in which Congresswoman mentioned. The Treasury, not Social Security, will be making direct payments to eligible people. Do not call the Social Security hotline or number, because obviously they don't have any additional information to give you, but they are directing you to the website. The agency continues to direct the public to its online self-service options whenever possible. However, you can find your local office. All of the local offices are closed, but they are available via phone. Now, the hours have changed from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. now to 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. local time. And of course, they are experiencing longer than normal wait times, so they do want you to go to socialsecurity.gov, and that would give you information there regarding the field office that you need to go to, the 800 number, if in fact you actually do need to call the 800 number, they'll have that there. And then if you want any additional updates regarding the coronavirus and what they're doing in regards to that, you can go to socialsecurity.gov/coronavirus. So there's your update on your Social Security. So it's good to know that those things and your checks will be automatically sent to you without any delay. All right, let's go ahead and go into our music that we have for you, our concerts that I mentioned to you before. We've got today at 7 p.m., we have the San Jose Jazz. And all you have to do, type in Facebook, San Jose Jazz. And then there's also the classical one, which will be this morning at 10 a.m. and then again at noon. And that is STAATSOPERLIVE.com. Then tomorrow, we have our New Music Friday, and they're going to be an indie concert at 5:30 p.m. on Facebook, and you just type in PILEOF. And then for jazz, it's at 10 a.m., Facebook, Fred Hirsch Music. Then on Saturday, we have Live from Our Living Rooms Jazz Festival, and that'll be 1st through the 7th, so it's already started, 28 performances in 7 days, and you can sign up to get the information at www.crowdcast.io, and that is a free account. So that sounds like a lot of fun. All right, when we come back, we are going to have the movies for you going through the rest of the week as well as the weekend. Stay tuned.
Today, we are marking the beginning of a new era as City of Hope opens its first location right here in Newport Beach.
We have 500 scientists and doctors who have dedicated their lives to beating cancer. So they use that intellectual capital to try to make sure every patient gets the best care possible that's known to science.
To help stop the coronavirus, the CDC recommends to avoid contact with people who are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Stay home when you are sick, except to get medical care. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. For more information, contact the CDC. A message from Village Management Services.
Hi, I'm John Bowser-Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village television. Grease for peace.
All right, so our movies today, we are going to be showing Fantastic Beasts, and that will be at 1 and 5:30, and that's a lot like the Harry Potter, type of movie. So that should be super fun to watch. And again, that's at 1 and 5:30 today, and 5:30, they do have the subtitles. And then at Friday, tomorrow, we have Dark Water, and that will be shown at 2 and 7 p.m. And as you can see here, we've got it showing. It's about a tenacious attorney who uncovers a dark secret that connects a growing number of unexplained deaths to one of the world's largest corporations. While trying to expose the truth, he soon finds himself risking his future, his family, and his own life. So that looks like a pretty good one as well. And then Saturday at 3 and 6 p.m., we have Star Wars Force Awakens. So that will be a fun one as well. Again, that's 3 and 6 p.m. And then on Sunday, we only have one showing, and that's First Man. And unfortunately, we do not have the subtitles. So we just have the one showing of that, and that will be at 6 p.m. So good movies for you. And then again, we'll start up our movies again Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to bring you broadcasts of our taped meetings. So let's, oh look, my sunset one. I actually forgot to do that earlier. So the sunrise is early at 6:31, and then your sunset's at 7:16, and I just love that photo. It was beautiful. All right, let's take a look at our weather again. It is going to be sunny this afternoon, partly cloudy once these clouds kind of go away. 69, 53 by Saturday. It's going to be still partly sunny, 67, 54. Sunday, it's going to start clouding up the entire day, and it's going to be cooler, and then Monday, potential of some rain. But as we get closer to that time frame, we will bring you some more information. All right, well, tomorrow we will be broadcasting again at 9 a.m., so join us then for all the latest information. And then you can also see us at 12:30 and 5 o'clock. Have a great day in the Village. Stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow.
As a mother and a wife, I understand how challenging this moment is for our families and our communities. That is why our state is responding at every level of government to slow the spread of COVID-19 while ensuring our most vulnerable Californians have what they need. But we can each do our part, and it starts by staying home. I know this is a big sacrifice for so many, but staying home saves lives. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
RadNet is the nation's largest outpatient medical imaging network, providing thousands of imaging procedures each day. RadNet has recently been asked by local hospitals to help provide outpatient imaging services for their patients, and RadNet is committed to supporting those needs. We are available to take your calls and schedule your appointments. To schedule an appointment online, visit myradiologyconnectportal.com or visit our website at radnet.com.